What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Eladazi. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like, and also don't forget to leave a comment. Very important. So Anas, Aramiya's Anas, the investigative journalist with the beast mask or the spaghetti mask. Guys, take a look at this picture. This definitely looks like a spaghetti mask. So yes, he has been in the news because the Supreme Court has ordered him to testify in person without the mask. Now, some years ago, there was an expose, and in that expose released by Anas and his team, there was the then GFA president. There was the then GFA president, Kwesi Nyantakyi, in the video taking some money and also saying a lot of stuff, which caused him to be banned from any football related activities by FIFA. So the case has been in court. The case is in court. Now, the key witness in the case, which was Ahmed Swale, who was murdered some years ago in the country because somebody pointed at him that he is the masked Anas. Yeah. And till this date, I mean, nobody has been arrested. I think that the case is, I mean, his case is opened. So they are still, investigating to see who exactly, did that or who murdered him. So yeah, so Anas, as I said, has been in the news because of the court ordering him to testify without without the mask. The High Court, where the case is at, granted Anas a privilege where he can talk in camera or he can talk in chambers and not necessarily be there at the courts, because I mean nobody in the country knows who exactly Anas is, and then with the kind of job that he has taken it upon himself, it is for his own safety for people not to know him publicly. You get what I'm saying? So yes, with this, Kwesi Nyantakyi not liking this whole idea of Anas, just being recorded and then he not be in court physically. So he took the case to the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court quashed this whole decision or this whole privilege granted to Anas by the High Court. Now, Kwesi Nyantakyi and his team submitted an application to the Supreme Court on the grounds that the order of the High Court offended the human rights of the applicants as guaranteed under the 1992 Constitution, that the order was made without regard to the procedures and rules of court, which require that a formal and not an oral application be made in such circumstances, and the order of the court was made in excess of jurisdiction of the court. So yes, on these grounds that the Supreme Court stood on to quash the decision by the High Court. Someone tweeted, Anas posted this flyer today. A few hours later, Supreme Court is ordering him to appear in court without his mask. This intimidation will not stop him from doing his work. Yeah, a lot of people on Twitter have made a lot of speculation saying that why now? Why now that Anas is saying that there's going to be another expose on Galamsey? Why is the court ordering him now to testify without a mask on, to testify, to be at the courtroom just like any other witness, just like any other person, to be there to testify? This person says, what if Dr. Yuan appeared to court to face Nyantakyi claiming he's Anas sins? Yeah, I mean, nobody really knows who Anas is. Nobody really knows him, and then he moves as a team. So the person by name of Anas could just be anybody. Maybe even on the day of he being in court, he really is going to be there, but then it's just somebody who is going to be on the witness stand. That is, if he decide to do what the court has ordered him to. And then yeah, it is just to protect his life, because not just here in the country that he does his exposés, but then in other countries as well. So he being in a mask is just to protect his life, to protect the lives of his team also. So yes, Anas may be one person, but then as a team there are a lot of people who could be Anas. Now, with this whole thing by the Supreme Court about Anas, testifying without a face mask. Now, Anas and then his team of lawyers they have released a statement, and in that statement they said, "We are lawyers for the celebrated undercover investigative journalist Anas Arimia Anas. Our attention has been drawn to developments in the ongoing criminal trial of the former head of the Ghana Football Association, Kwesi Nyantakyi, who is standing trial for the corruption and fraud over number 12 investigative report aired in 2018. The documentary Undercover Football related corruption in Ghana and other African countries. The criminal proceedings were instituted following Anas' petition filed with the Attorney General. The star witness for the Republic, Ahmed Swale, who was one of the investigative journalists in respect of the documentary, was murdered in Medina, Accra, weeks before his testimony could be taken. Anas Arimia Anas agreed to testify in the stead of Ahmed Swale on condition that he be allowed to do so in camera or in chambers. The public should disregard false reportage that Anas has been ordered by the Supreme Court or is being compelled by the Supreme Court to appear in court without his trademark face beads. Anas may choose to testify as a prosecution witness or not. Anas and his Tiger Eye team will continue to wear their iconic face beads as a symbol of impartial anonymity in investigative journalism and to highlight the extreme risk in the line of duty. So yes, this is the statement released by his lawyers regarding the Supreme Court quashing the High Court decision with him, the Supreme Court saying that he should testify in court. He should be there physically without the face mask. Now, with this statement released, and then with the seventh part of he choosing to testify as a prosecution witness or not, wait, doesn't mean that if he decides, to go against what the Supreme Court has said, doesn't mean that this case is closed. So yes, guys, let me know what you think about the statements released by Anas's team. Let me know, because as I said, from what I read, it means that if he decides not to testify, if he decides not to grant this order by the Supreme Court, it means that the case is going to be thrown out. So yes, let me know in the comment section what you think, and I will see you guys some other time.